My name is Lori Edberg, and I'm your host for Behind the Curtains. Today we have Bonnie Fogel, the Executive Director of Imagination Stage, joining us. Welcome, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. I read a lot about Imagination Stage, and I just want you to tell me the history, because it's really an interesting story how this Performing Arts Center came about.
Well, when you say the history, we're 35 years old. So I'll have to do something in a nutshell.
Sure.
So we were founded by me, the founder, in 1979, and we were working out of a small elementary school, Whittier Woods, next to Whitman High School in Montgomery County, Bethesda. Just really doing something for the neighborhood children. And it was really a very selfish act. I wanted something for my children. And it just seemed that more and more children and parents wanted it. And so we just kept going. And so today we're serving 110,000 children and their families a year. Yeah.
So it's 17 kids, is that right, that started in the first
I can't
class?
even remember. You know, when we started, we didn't know what we were starting. We were just doing something in the neighborhood. And we weren't counting, you know.
Right.
I thought it was maybe 16, maybe 17. And they were all ages. We went from my daughter, who I think was 7 at the time, and my son, who was 4, all the way up to 17. They were all in the same group. Nobody was saying, oh, my child is more socially developed than that child and they shouldn't be in together. I mean, you know, it's 35 years ago.
They were just happy to have something.
They were delighted to have something.
There was a talent show, a variety show, which told
well,
you that...
I was working, not working, I was volunteering at Burning Tree Elementary School at the time in the International Parents Club. And with me there, co-producing that little society, was a woman, Marcia Smith, who was a professional actress, or she had been. I was a writer. And we heard that the teachers wanted the children to have a talent show, but they didn't want to do it. And we at the same time had both been talking about, oh, isn't it terrible, there's not enough arts for the children. And so we said, okay, we'll do that. And we did. And of the 360 children at Burning Tree Elementary School, I think there were 300 in the talent show.
Amazing,
and we took everyone, from the child who was playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star with one finger and had to have her cardigan just so, to the child that was doing Rachmaninoff, 7th, and everything in between. We moved the whole thing up to Pyle. It went on for 3 hours. And at the end of it, we said, you know, people really want this. It's not just you and I and what we want for our children. Kids want to be on stage. They want to be performing. They want to be enjoying their creativity. Let's just do a few classes.
And so look what happened.
I know.
Now, Imagination Stage, where everyone knows that's a place to go for children's theater.
Yes.
In fact, I know that you just won some Helen Hayes Awards.
We did.
And that was for?
Well, that was a year ago for Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe, a summer show, actually 2 years ago, but the prizes were last year. That was a co-production with the Washington Ballet, and it was simultaneous dance and theater, very seamlessly integrated into this extraordinary classic production, and it really was brilliant. Our artistic director, Janet Stanford, who co-directs Imagination Stage with me, this was truly her finest hour. And she and Septime Weber of the Washington Ballet did a wonderful job. And also Kate Breyer, who's our associate director. They all worked together and it was phenomenal. So yes, it was very exciting for us to get. Those were our first Helen Hayes Awards.
And that's very important.
It is the mark in the Washington area. If you want to be respected and seen by your peers to be at the top, that's what you hope to achieve.
And when you did start, just going back again, I know in your own childhood you had the arts around you.
Right.
And so that's what you felt was sort of missing in Bethesda all the way back in 1979, and you wanted to bring that to your own family and community?
Absolutely right. And, the mission has never changed in 35 years. In fact, in many ways, we need the arts more than we did then, because there are so many passive forms of engagement for a child today. And there's less, if it's humanly possible to imagine, there's probably less opportunities for arts engagement in the schools today than there were 35 years ago.